Hey guys, welcome to Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. Today I'm doing a video about wearing my wrap, my tie wrap. I don't know what other people call it because this is not one that I've bought. I know you can buy Mobies and Sollies and all kinds of things. This is a piece of fabric. I think it's 5 yards. Is that what we got? From Walmart. It is not stretchy this way, but it is stretchy this way, and it was actually double the width, so we cut it and I got 2 slings out of it. So I have been using a elasticy type sling since my second child, so my second biological. So anyone watching the channel, we had just had our 9th baby. He's here on the bed. Our oldest is my stepson, so I never wore him in a sling because I didn't meet him till he was 4. So with my first daughter, I was given a ring sling. I used that, but I never felt totally comfortable with her being fully safe in the sling. Ooh. I never felt totally comfortable with her being in the sling. I felt like I always had to have a hand on her. Somebody gave me a wrap when I had my second baby, and I didn't really know how to use it. I looked up YouTube videos and I just kept wearing it until I felt comfortable with it. Since then, I've also had a woven wrap, which you can use with older children. And then when we had Josiah, who is now 9, when he was about 1.5 years old, he was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and we didn't know how long it was going to be till he walked. So we bought a used ergo from a friend, and we really love the ergo for older children. So now I usually use a tie wrap until baby's about 6 to 8 months old, and then we move to the ergo. I know. Are you going to be grumpy? Are you going to be grumpy? So, sorry for the lighting in here. We were going to do this video earlier, but Josiah's had a rough seizure day. He's feeling better, and he's with his big sisters. Josiah, again, is the 9-year-old with CP. He also has epilepsy. But this little guy is now 5 weeks old. I've been wearing him in the sling a couple times, but we're mostly home. I've been putting him in more this week as we've been trying to get housework and schoolwork back into schedule. So I'm going to set him down on the bed, hoping he's not going to cry too much. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. With so many people in the house, he likes to be held a lot, which is fine with me. So what I do is I take the sling and I don't get quite half. So if you can see, I want a little more hanging on the one side so that the tie will not be directly behind my back. When we are going out for the day, like to church or the store or whatever, I put this on before we leave the house so that I don't have to do it in the parking lot. So I wrap it around my middle, putting a side up the one shoulder. I'll show you the back in a minute. I'm crossing them. And the side up the other shoulder. You want the back to be fairly straight, nice and open so that they're not bunching up and causing you pain. If they're twisted, they're not going to tie right either. So then you take both these parts, and this, I can do this faster. I'm doing it slower for you, but it still does take some time. So you take these parts and you push them down through the one on your waist. If you have a little baby his age, you want to have this pretty tight as you're tying it because he's pretty small. And you want baby's head to be where you can easily kiss the top of your head. That's when you know you have it tied right. You want to have them that tight. So when I do this part, I tie it off to the side. And I just tie it in a knot. I will tuck in these ends later. But you will see, this is pretty tight. And this one is really pretty tight. But it will contain him. Don't worry. Don't you worry about it. Okay. You ready, baby? I know. He really does like the sling. He doesn't always like getting put in. So what I'm going to do is I have to get to the bottom layer of the sling to put him in. So since the bottom layer is on this side, and you will find that once you do it enough, you'll just naturally tie it on the same side every time. So he's little. I've got to support all his weight. And you take this side out, and you get his feet down in there. If I'm doing it where we're going to, like, he's going to be in it for a long time, I sometimes have someone else help me, but you definitely can do it on your own, like I'm doing right now. Hey, I know. At this age, I still want his arms in. Then you take So once he's inside this one all the way, you take the other strap from your other shoulder. Oh, I know you like it once you're in it. Then you take that bottom one that was down here, and you get the top of it. You're fussing, I know. And you pull it up over their back, like this. You can kind of shake them down a little bit to make sure they're in the right spot. And that's the way to wear them. He really does like it if he's not. This is for people who have little babies. Right now it is 5-ish. You've heard of the witching hour. I don't know why they call it that, but it's the time of evening where babies just kind of get fussy and they're really hard to soothe. So it's kind of just that time for us. He just wants to sit and nurse for a long time. But this is how we wear him. If he falls asleep, I can take whichever side he's laying his head to and put it in the wrap. And then he's in there. And then I can move all around. I don't need a hand on him. I can sit down. I can kneel, like I would get on the floor, but that would be hard for me to get up. I can even, if I make sure that his head's in there, well, it's harder when he's awake, but when he's asleep, I can put him in and I can lean down and do something. And his head is still totally in there. He's like, I am not doing this one. So to get him out, just push down the layers one by one, making sure you're supporting his weight as you do that. To make sure you don't drop the baby. Oh, I know. And then I just leave the sling on when we are places. So like when we go to church, I might take it off during the church service so I can feed him. But like if we're in the store and I take him out, if we're in the store and I take him out so that I can change a diaper or something, I just leave the sling on and I put him right back in it. If we're going to different stores, like in a couple days I have 2 grocery stores to visit. Because of COVID and stuff, I'm probably not taking him in. But if I was, I would put him in the sling. We'd get out to the car, I'd put him back in the car seat, and when we got to the next store, I'd put him in the sling. We do not, I know, we do not take our babies, put them in infant car seats. We use convertible car seats, which are still safe, but we don't put them into infant car seats because I always put them in the sling before we even leave the car so they don't get cold. We just put them directly into this and they stay plenty warm. So if you have any questions about the sling, please ask and I'll make a follow-up video for any of those questions. But I'm gonna go nurse this little guy. Thank you for joining us.